In this video, I'll be teaching you how to carry out multiplication of number bases. Now, if you're doing multiplication of number bases, it's still done in the same way as multiplying in base 10. I think the only thing I would like you to always remember is that you are not allowed to record any number that is either equal to the base you are working with or greater than the base that you are working with. You can only record numbers that are less than the base that the calculation is being carried out. Now, I'm not going to talk much introducing this because you already have the secret, okay, the key to solve problems on multiplication of number bases. Yes, assure yourself of that because I know what we've done so far. We have these two questions on the board I'm going to use to solve and then show you how you handle problems involving multiplication of number bases. Question number 1, we have to evaluate 321 base 6 times 25 base 6. So what do? Let us solve that here and see. Question number 1. So we are working on 321 base 6 times 25 base 6. So I'm going to have 3, 2, 1. All right, let me shift my hand here. If you're working with multiplication, it's always advisable you bring your hand towards the middle of your book. So 3, 2, 1 base 6. Base 6, multiplying by 25 base 6. Right, this is base 6, then 25 base 6. This will be 5 under unit and then 2 under tens. So have a multiplication here. This is still base 6. So let us see what this will give to us. We are going to start 5 times 1. 5 times 1 will give us 5. Then we have 5 times 2. 5 times 2 will give us 10. Now we are working on this in base 6. So you cannot record 10 there. We have to convert that 10 to base 6. That means we need to do that little calculation I taught you when you're doing addition of numbers in any given base. We have 10 here, so we're going to do 10 divided by 6 by the base we are doing the calculation in. Alright, so 10 divided by 6 will give us 1 remainder 4. You have to record the remainder and then move the whole number of times to the next place value. So here I'm transferring 1 here, okay, this whole number. Then I will do my multiplication before adding the 1. 5 times 3 would give us 15. 15 plus 1 will give us 16. Again, 16 is greater than the base 6 you're working on. So you do 16 divided by 6. And 16 divided by 6 will give us 2 times remainder 4. If you go to your multiplication table, you will notice that 6 times 2 will give you what? 12. 6 times 3 will give you 18. 18 is already greater than this 16 that you're dividing. So you pick the lower one, which is 12. And 6 times 2 will give you 12. So it means that 6 can go into 16 2 times, and the remainder will be what? 4. 16 is not in 6 times table exactly, and that is why you're going to get a remainder. So what do? Record this remainder 4, and then transfer the whole number 2 to the next place value. This next place value is invisible. It's actually the 1000 place value. So what do? You bring it down, because there's nothing to work on it here. Bring it down. So you have 2445. We are done with the first multiplication. I'll continue with the next one. I'll use 2 to multiply this time around. So let's go. 2 times 1 will give us 2. You record here. 2 times 2 will give us 4. You can record that because 2, 4, they are less than 6, the base you're working in. 2 times 3 will give us 6. Do you record the 6 here? No. Remember that you are working in base 6. 2 times 3 gave you exactly that base 6. So you are meant to do your division. 6 divided by the 6 you are working on. 6 divided by 6 will go one whole time. There will be no remainder, so you say remainder 0. Transfer the remainder here. Okay, record down the remainder here. Then the whole number, move it to the next place value, which will come here as 1. Because the next one, 6, 2 times 3, which is 6. 6 divided by 6, 1 remains 0. You record 0 and then move 1. Is that okay, the whole number? Alright, so we are now going to add this. This will now give us plus. Now, just like we do our normal multiplication. The way we do our normal multiplication. Alright, so 5 plus, there is nothing here. So you bring down your 5. Then you come here. This is 4 plus 2. 4 plus 2 will give you 6. Remember, this calculation is done in base 6. You cannot record 6 down there. So you come and check your division. 4 plus 2 give us 6. 6 divided by 6, you have 1 remainder 0. So you have to record 0 here, which is the remainder, and transfer 1 here. If you come over to this, 1 plus 4 will give us 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. You cannot record 9 there, you know. So you're going to check for 9 divided by 6. which is 1 whole remainder 3. Record the 3, transfer the 1 whole to the next place value. You put it here. So you have 1 plus 2. 1 plus 2 will give you 3. So you record it. And then lastly, come over here, you bring down your 1. So in conclusion, we have that, therefore, 321 base 6 times 25 base 6. The answer will give us 13305 base 6. This is the result. Answer. Alright, let us move on to the second question. I think I will be pretty fast in that second one. 1011. 1011. We are multiplying, it is base 2. So it's to be multiplied by 1101. Again in base 2. So let us see what this is going to give to us. Are you ready? Remember the calculation is in base 2. Okay, so let's go. 1 times 1 is 1. So I record 1. 1 times 1 is still 1. I record 1. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 1 is 1. You can record 1 and 0 when calculating in base 2. But you cannot record 2 or a number above 2 if the base is base 2. Alright, we'll move on to the second one. 0 times 1 is 0. Another one is 0. 0 times 0 here is 0. 0 times this is 0. Then next you have 1. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 1 again is 1. And then 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 1 is 1. We are done with this. The next multiplication is using this one. 1 times 1 will give us, comes down here. 1 times 1, 1. 1 times this one here, give us 1. 1 times 0, give us 0. 1 times 1 will give us 1. So we are done with our multiplication. We can now add up this, and then let's see what we're going to get. Bring down this one down. They have 1 plus 0, which will give us 1. This is 0 plus 0 plus 1, which will give us 1. This is 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 1. This will give us 3. We cannot record 3 there, you know that. You can't record 3 because the calculation is in base 2. So we'll check what to record. We'll do 3 divided by the base. That will be 1 whole remainder 1. So we're going to transfer the remainder, which is 1 here, and then move the whole number to the next place value. Now we have 1 to be added here. 1 plus 1. 1 plus 0 here will give us 1. Plus another 0 is 1. Plus this one will give us 2. So this place value we have to have 2 here. We have 2. We cannot record 2, you know that. So we are going to go check 2 divided by 2, give us 1 remainder 0. So it is actually the remainder 0 that you're going to record. Transfer the whole number 1 to the next place value. So you have 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 would give us 2. Again, 1 plus 1 is 2. You cannot record that 2 there. So you do 2 divided by 2, 1 remainder 0. Record your 0 here. And then move the remainder to this. And then here you have 1 plus 1 again, which is 2. You can't record the 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1 remainder 0. So you record your 0 and then move 1 again. The 1 will come under an invisible place value here. You bring it down. So this is the multiplication. We can now conclude, therefore, given 1011 base 2 to find the product. Product means multiplication, you know. So times 1101 base 2. Then the result is 1000 1111. That is quadruple 1. Quadruple 1111. And the result is base 2. So that's the answer. And that's how we are done with multiplication. We have already treated division, you know, from the beginning of this topic. We shall now look into how to solve equations involving number bases.